Am I the a-hole for snapping at my husband for repeatedly bringing up breast surgery? I, 27 female, have been married to my husband 30 for Mala for over a year. We've been together for 6 years. He's a gym freak, which I don't have a problem with except for when he sometimes tries to impose his routine on me, pressure me into adopting his dietary habits. I exercise to I'm 5 feet 6, 130 pounds, but I enjoy my food and nothing will change that. That's not what I'm posting about though. Lately I can't wear a dress without him telling me I look good, but that I would have looked better if I had that breast augmentation surgery. He never complained about my breasts for 6 years until the past 4 to 5 months. I've told him before that I'm not against it but not planning to get one. It took me years to regain my confidence because my mother used to make hurtful remarks about my chest like if it's something I didn't achieve. A few days ago we were having sex and he didn't hesitate to remind me again that I would look 10 times better with the implants, which turned me off instantly. I don't remember what I exactly said, but I said something along the lines of I know how it feels. Never mind, you're the perfect size. The big ones hurt anyway. He got mad and called me immature and all. Mind you, he's been pressuring me to have this surgery for 4 months now. And I never snapped at him. Edit, I'm in a cup. Yesterday we were getting ready to go to his friend's wedding, but I ended up staying home. He brought up the surgery again and I snapped at him. I reminded him that we dated for 5 years before we got married. He had plenty of time to realize that I'm not good enough for him and break up with me to find a woman who has what he's looking for. I do have eyes. He's right, I'm flat-chested, but I have a nice body overall. He said he loves me and wants to be with me but feels he could be more attracted to me with bigger breasts. I ended up telling him to go alone. I can't shake off the feeling that our recent arguments are taking us down a toxic path. It's not the kind of relationship I want for us. Is this worth considering divorce over? Other than this, we do get along very well. But I feel like he's taking me back to the days when I would stand in front of the mirror for minutes thinking I would never find a man who would like me if I myself don't like what I'm seeing. Edit, for the weirdos asking, going to for pics to see if they're a handful or not. I'm asking if his behavior is acceptable or not. Not if I'm really flat-chested. I am. I don't need to send any pics for you to judge. Am I the a-hole for not sharing my meal? I am very fat woman in my mid-30s. I love cooking and baking and I love to share. I often bring things to work for people to share. Well, I gained 20 kilos last 2 years and I decided I really need to take better care for myself. I found a doctor, nutritionist, and trainer a few weeks ago and now I am following the regime they set for me. I have gluten intolerance, lactose intolerance, egg, seafood, celery allergy, so it's not exactly easy to cook for me, but I worked with nutritionist and she has made menu for me for every day of a month, with amount of food and everything calories counted. I spend a lot of time cooking every day and I am bringing food to work with me in Tupperwares. The thing is that according to the doctor, I ate really wrong. I was all the time dieting and I didn't eat enough necessary nutrients. So the nutritionist prescribed me big portions, especially when it comes to proteins, because she wants me to exchange fat for muscles. So to the issue, I brought top air of salad, some potatoes, and meat with sauce to work. The meat was cut in 4 to 5 pieces to fit into the top air, and when I warmed it up, I sat and started to eat. My coworker came to me and asked if she could have 1 or 2 pieces of the meat and a bit of potatoes because it smelled heavenly and I always bring cooked stuff to the office. I told her no, that it's my lunch and I have set amount of calories intake, so I am sorry but no. She looked at me and told me I don't need this big portion and I should share with her because it would help me. I told her sorry, but no, and kept eating. She scoffed and left me alone. But since then she and her work BF keep making fun of me for eating like a pig. And that it has not very effective weight losing since I am still fatty. Am I the a-hole for making my plain seat neighbor uncomfortable? I 40 male just got off a long flight, the kind where even the comfiest seats feel like torture racks. Now I'm a big dude. Not yet booked to seats level, but enough for plane seats to be absolute hell. Booked a window seat, figured the extra space would help. The flight attendant assigns a woman to the middle seat. Nice person, we exchanged greetings, no problem. Here's where things get tricky. Nature called a couple of times during the flight, and let's just say squeezing by in that cramped space is an exercise in contortionism at the best of times. The woman in the middle seat politely refused to get up whenever I needed to use the restroom. The lady in the aisle seat was very accommodating and would get up anytime either I or the lady in the middle needed to get up. Now I get it. Nobody wants some sweaty dude brushing past them. I tried my best to minimize contact, literally sucked in my gut and held my breath like I was underwater. But even with all the contorting, there was some unavoidable brushing past. At the end of the flight, the woman makes a passive-aggressive comment about personal space and how uncomfortable I made her feel throughout the flight. Honestly, I felt terrible. Didn't mean to make her feel that way, but what else was I supposed to do? Hold it for 8 hours. Ask her to physically get up. Since she repeatedly didn't get up and indicated I should squeeze by, I had no reason to think she was too bothered by it. Am I the a-hole for announcing my pregnancy? Throwaway account for anonymity. 28 female am pregnant with my husband 30 male baby. I have a sister 30 female who has been trying to get pregnant for the past 5 years. This has resulted in 3 miscarriages and a stillbirth. When I found out I was pregnant, I made sure not to tell my sister, since she was grieving her stillborn, who has passed around a year ago. I told my parents and husband's parents, and they were overjoyed. Out of respect for my sister, I didn't have a baby shower or gender reveal or any big ceremony. Just a lunch where I announced the pregnancy to close friends and family, and we all agreed to not tell my sister until we felt like she was ready to know. Anyways, I am now 34 weeks pregnant and I haven't seen my sister in over 6 months. She called me the other day to tell me she was 3 months pregnant and things had been going well so far. I congratulated her and she invited me to her house for dinner. I discussed this with my parents and husband, and we decided it was time to tell her. I went to her house for dinner this weekend, and when she let me in, she freaked out. She asked me if I was pregnant and I said I was. She started sobbing. She was absolutely hysterical. Her husband took her in to calm her down and we decided to leave. She texted me on Monday saying that it was selfish that I was going to have my baby first and my parents would be more focused on me than her. She accused me of being cruel and getting pregnant just to upset her. She said she would ask our parents to choose between us. This was the last straw for me. This was my first pregnancy and I wanted to do things like a baby shower and all. But I didn't because I knew it would hurt my sister. I called her a selfish, mean bitch and blocked her. Her husband called me to tell me she was inconsolable because her own sister was trying to upstage her and her baby. Our mom isn't taking sides, but my dad and husband are on my side. A few of my cousins reached out to me, calling me names, and it made me wonder if I'm in the wrong. So AITA for announcing my pregnancy, edit. My sister has been in therapy for the past couple of years. Am I the a-hole for calling my parents' plan stupid? I 17 male have a sister 1 month away from 15 who recently had 3 of her good friends die. She was very energetic and, to be honest, rather girly before that. Now she's stopped styling her hair, something she spent a lot of time and ever doing once. She does the bare minimum bathing and grooming, and wears the same few hoodies and sweatpants. More strangely, she's been going at cardboard boxes with a knife until they look like the product of an angry animal. She's also been drawing herself hanging out and doing activities with these 2 characters I've never heard of, Sunny from Omori and Kreese from Deltarune. If anyone has knowledge, appreciated. Our parents want to incentivize her to go back to her old self. They talked about removing the non-pink and white girl stuff from her closet while she's showering and redecorating her room while she's at a cheer practice, which they haven't let her quit after she asked to try and get her into the correct headspace. I straight up laughed and called that the dumbest idea I ever heard. They ignored me at first, But I continued and said that I will not let them live their failure down. They said if they wanted my thoughts, they'd ask. Things got heated, and I said that with them, there's no wonder she's miserable. They began to give me the silent treatment. Am I the a-hole? Please leave your comments down below to any of today's stories. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.